there are two systems here. So one system is A, another system is A dash, and there is a thermal contact is there, and boundaries are all, they have been insulated, so no heat can leak outside the system, but they can exchange individually heat energy. So as a result, what happens before the exchange of heat starts? A will have the maximum energy, A dash will have the maximum energy. So if you try to plot the probability of A, so you will be observing a peak here. So here A will have a peak, and there will be one more peak will be there here this side, right hand side, that is because of A dash. Two peaks you can see. Okay. So once you connect both of them, heat energy will start flowing. So as a result, A will lose energy and A dash will also lose energy. Mutual exchange will take place. So naturally, the energy of A will decrease, energy of A dash will also decrease. On an average, they will arrive at an average value of an energy E bar. So only one peak will come into picture, that is the central peak. Earlier left hand side, one peak for A, another peak for A dash. So once they connected each other, so what happens? Because of mutual heat exchange, so only you will be getting one average peak here, that is E bar. And the condition for this peak is that the width of this peak, that I am calling it as delta star E, it should be very much less than E bar. So then only this condition is valid. That is joint existence of the thermally connected isolated systems. These are all. Okay. So only this is the connecting wall. Otherwise it is isolated system. Okay. So with this definition, I uh, started the next topic. That is the next slide. 1 minute. I'll show that slide. Just a minute. Yeah. So this is the slide. Hello. Can you hear me?
Ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can see here, I imparted both the systems freedom F, freedom factor F. So if total energy is given, then per degree of freedom, how much energy is shared by the system is E divided by F. Okay. So epsilon is defined. Okay. So epsilon, with epsilon I defined phi, and from that I came to accessible states. So how many accessible states exist? Okay. So that is defined by the factor phi to the power f. So with that I came to this graph. So the number of accessible states is given by phi to the power f. So you can see if f is 1, that is the first level, so only one level exists. If f is 2, you will have two levels. F is 3, you will have three levels. F is 4, you will have four levels. If f is n, you will have n levels. Okay. So I think I stopped here. So today I am continuing with this uh, slide. Next slide. Just a minute. Okay. So you see here, there are two systems. One is A, another is A dash. So A is having sigma, that is omega E, as the number of accessible states, and A dash is having omega dash E dash as number of accessible states. So number of accessible states, just now we saw it is phi to the power f, and also it is e to the power f, where E is the energy of the system A. Similarly here E dash to the power f dash. Okay. So, sorry, E dash to the power F dash. So, E dash is the energy of A dash and F dash is the degree of freedom of the second system, that is A dash. Okay. So, with this now, I am repeating the earlier equation I wrote. So, this equation I wrote earlier in one of the slides. So I take that ln p is equal to f times ln. So here I wrote there as omega, but I am writing it as E instead of omega. Why? Because omega is directly proportional to E. So I am taking ln, the factor f will come here, f ln E. And similarly, if I write the second factor, this will be f dash ln E dash. Okay, and what is E dash? E dash is E0 minus E. What is E0? E0 is the total energy of the system and E is the energy of system A plus constant. This equation I wrote earlier also, but there I wrote with omega. Okay, so I will take this as equation 1. So here P stands for probability, F and F dash talks about degree of freedom of the systems A and A dash. So now I want to investigate what type of behavior this equation will show. If it has to show maxima, then I have to put a condition for maxima. So what is the condition for maxima? If I take differentiation of this with respect to energy, the energy should become 0. So then, the differential factor should become 0. So if it becomes 0, then what happens? It indicates a maxima. So where should be our maxima located? The maxima should be located at E bar. Okay. So now you see I am taking differentiation of this with respect to E. So what a factor, first factor I will get dou of dou ln P divided by dou E. That is the overall differentiation of this. But there will be an extra differential factor will be coming, that is 1 by P, that is ln of this is 1 by P times dou P by dou E. This is the extra factor will come. This should be equal to 0. And the maxima is investigated at E equal to E bar. So you can see here this stands for equation 2. Okay. So now what you do? ln P you substitute. What is ln P? So you substitute the value in this equation and differentiate. So ln P you see here in terms of omega, this is ln omega dash it is. Okay. So I have written here in terms of E. So I will take it with respect to omega. So first factor will be ln omega. That is this one. This whole factor is ln omega. Okay. Plus second factor is ln differential of ln omega dash. This whole thing is ln omega dash. This is okay. And differentiation is with respect to E dash because the energy is with respect to A dash, system A dash. So energy is E dash. Okay. So times the factor dou E dash divided by dou E, that will come equals to 0. This is an extra factor coming. This is because of chain rule. Okay. So E dash is there. So but I am taking a differentiation with respect to E. So I want to convert this differentiation with respect to E. So I have to add an extra factor into dou E dash by dou E. This is equals to 0. Okay. Are you following? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you see what I am doing. I am taking this factor as minus 1. So why I am taking it as minus 1? E dash it is equal to E0 minus E. So if you take differentiation of E dash with respect to E, so what will happen? A minus 1 factor will come. You can see that's a minus sign here. Minus 1 will come. So this factor is replaced by minus 1. So as a result, this equation becomes what? ln of omega differentiation with respect to E. This minus sign I have written here, minus dou by dou E dash of ln of omega dash equals to 0. So this is the differential condition for maxima of LNP. Okay. So now what I will do is I will make a small substitution here. So what is the substitution? So I will write beta of E. The first factor is beta of E, or simply beta. You can call why beta of E, because it depends upon energy. This whole differential, that is the first term, I am writing it as beta of E, and this whole term, that is with dash, I will write it as beta dash E dash. So you can see here there is a minus sign. If I take this right hand side, so this will become beta of E equal to beta dash of E. So is this slide clear? So now I will go to the next slide. So in earlier classes, statistical mechanics, they have taught you, so the factor beta. So what is beta? It is 1 by kt. Okay. So simply I will write kt as 1 by beta. Okay. And 1 by t is written as differentiation of entropy with respect to energy. So these are the factors taught in second unit, third unit. Okay. So what is S? S is entropy of the system. How it is defined? It is defined as K ln omega. So if it is first, I mean system, it is A, system A, then it will be S. If it is second system, it will be omega dash, and this will become S dash. Okay. So now I'll come to the first equation. What is that? Ln of P. So this equation, in terms of omega, I'll come to that equation. So now ln of P. So there is a constant term is there, ln C, constant term, and one is ln of omega E, the first term. Another is ln of omega dash E dash. Okay, and we have to show this as max, that is maxima. Okay. So now what I will do? Anyhow, ln P is max, so only I can take this part. Fine. So this will be ln C. Okay. What is ln omega? It is S. That is entropy. But it is only ln omega, so I have to divide it by K. So it is S by K plus S dash by K. This is equal to max. Okay. So now you see, you make internal adjustments here. Only you maintain S and S dash. So what you will do? ln C you send to right hand side, multiply by K. K is a common factor. Right hand side will get multiplied by K. Anyhow, it's a number. It shows the maximum value. Already it has gone. Okay. So what is the condition left now? S plus S dash is equal to max. That is the maximum value. So this is valid only if beta of E is equal to beta dash of E dash. So beta is what? It is 1 by kt, isn't it? So if this is constant, these two are constant, this implies this is 1 by kt is equal to 1 divided by kt dash. So this implies t becomes equal to t dash. So this is valid only if what happens? T becomes equal to t dash. So this condition is valid. Fine. So now I will make one more definition here. So already I have given this definition in the earlier class. So what is omega? Accessible states at energy E. Okay. So this is written in terms of, this is capital omega, this is small omega, this is. So omega E, this is also omega times delta E. And what is omega? It is defined as density of states. I defined it in the few earlier classes. That is number of states per uh, unit energy interval of the system. So that is defined as density of states. Okay. So if you take this, so you can define now beta. Okay. So beta earlier I defined. So I defined by this equation. So dou by dou E of ln of omega. But now what is omega? So omega is given by this equation now. Okay. So take the differentiation. So I will substitute here dou by dou E. Okay. ln I have to take first. So as a result, what happens? I'll get here two terms. One is ln of omega e, another is ln of delta e. Two terms I'll get here. Okay. So now you open this. So what is happening is, you can see here beta is equal to ln of omega e divided by delta e, and I have taken the second term as 0. So because I'll show this diagram, you see here. So these are the accessible states for system A, these are the accessible states for system A dash. So you see here the energy interval between two energy levels is delta E here. It is delta star E here. Okay, it is very very small. Okay, so if you come to this derivation, you take the ratio. What is that? Delta star E divided by delta E. So this ratio is very 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 small. Okay, so that is why, so you can neglect the second term here. Okay, so you can write this as beta is equal to, that is differentiation with respect to ln of omega e. The second factor I have neglected. Okay, so here I have made one more definition, that is omega star. Here omega I have written in terms of omega, but here omega star it is written in terms of, I mean system A dash and A are connected by this equation. So here this is only for system A, this equation. This equation is both joint equation. This is A and A dash are connected by this. Okay. So if you see that, then what happens? So I will be coming to this one minute. So I am defining this. With this I am coming to, I am defining again S equal to K ln of omega. S star is equal to K ln omega star. Okay, so omega star, just now I defined. What is omega star? It is omega E times delta star E by delta E. So I will make use of that. So I will substitute for omega star in this equation. So you can see here it is omega E times delta star E by delta E. Okay, so ln it is. So it is within the bracket, this whole factor. So if you take ln, it is K ln of omega E. That will be the first factor, and second factor will be K ln delta star E divided by delta E. So as just now I told, delta star E and delta E, they are the energy intervals between the two levels, any two levels for system A and system A dash. So this ratio is very very small. So you can neglect this factor here. Okay. So if you neglect this factor, only the first factor is left here. So K is equal to ln of omega E. And what is ln of omega? Just now I defined, that is S. Okay, there is entropy for system A. Okay, so here I have written a note here, that is ln of delta star E by delta E is negligible, as delta star E and delta E is negligible. Okay, so what we have shown, we started with S star and we arrived at S. So we have shown that S star is equal to S. Okay, so what did we prove? The value of entropy is independent of the interval delta E or delta star E chosen for subdivision of the energy level. So whatever may be the interval, you still make smaller and smaller, and try to find out the entropy for system A and system A dash. So you go for smaller intervals, try to find out S and S star, always they are found equal to each other. So that is why we say that they are in thermal equilibrium. They are exchanging energy, thermal energy, with respect to each other, such that the entropy of both systems are always maintained equal to each other. Okay, so the energy distribution comes out such that it is always at the average value. Okay, so here the entire picture is, entire picture, the joint system will play the role. A0 will play the role here, joint system. Okay, so individual roles is observed when this is having insulation. So here insulation is applied here. Then you will get here two peaks. One is for A, another is for A dash. So once you remove the insulation and allow the thermal energy to flow between both of them, then individual systems don't have any role to play. Only the joint system will have the role, important role. Okay, the whole system will act as A0. Okay, such that the energy distribution it follows this or probability. Most probable state of the joint system is found at E bar. So what is E bar? It is average energy of the system. It is also called expectation value. That's what we talk in quantum mechanics. The system is all expectation means what? The system is always expected to be found at E bar. That is average value. So this is average value we measure in laboratory. Okay. So expectation value is nothing but it is experimental value, average value. Okay. So joint system probability is this one. So if it is existing in the E bar, what is the condition it will it will satisfy? S star is equal to S. Okay, S star or S dash, whatever it is. So you take this as S star, this as S, or S dash as an S. So they should be equal. And temperature as T dash and T, they should be equal. Beta dash is equal to beta. Okay, and these are few of the conditions we derived today's class, and we have seen that independent of the interval between the energy levels, that is delta E and delta star E, S equal to S dash, always S equal to S dash, and both of them added together it will give a maxima. Individually one is negative of another. You can see here S equal to minus S dash individually, but jointly they will contribute to a maxima. Okay, so this is the topic of today. So you this will come as a full question, that is 10 marks question. Okay, they may split this and they may ask a question also. Okay, so you go through this today's derivation. If any question is there, you can ask me. So only 3 slides I put together today. So because a lot of ideas were there, concepts were there, so I'm going very slowly. So this is today's topic. If you have got any doubts in this, you can ask. Any doubt is there?